All right, good.
Anyway, so if you've been working on that, then you probably have an idea of the product that you've been getting, and maybe you're wondering about some of it. So let me just play it for you now.
Oh, all right. Perfect.
Okay, so you can kind of compare what you've been doing and what your expectations are to what it actually is.
All right. Okay.
So on a G scale,
Yeah.
is that the one you're talking about there?
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't sound like that though.
Well, and it's a hard one to tune. To say because even when it's in tune, it's like a sawtooth on your ear.
Yeah, yeah, it
It's
is.
a useful one because see that you can kind of use it to slide into a tonic. You know what I mean? Like you can
Yeah.
use it to resolve.
All right. Very good. All
The
right.
lots of times I go. See, that's kind of fun. That's kind of
Yeah.
so that's where it's it's not as obvious to the ear as the third or the fourth. Those are kind of and the fifth obviously. And the fourth is nice. The third is nice. The second is kind of crunch. And then we got more fifth, fourth, third again, and another second. That's a rough one because when I started, we were in G, right? Now
Yeah.
I'm playing G, but I'm playing the A with it. So it's kind of like, oh my God, like
Yeah.
at least with the D, you're hearing an arpeggio note.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
there's Elaine. She's texting me. I don't know. Anyway, so at least it kind of this, although it's crunchy, it's kind of still like
Yeah.
you can just think
Yeah.
of it like that. But when you go, that one's really crunchy.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and then we
Yeah.
keep going. Oh, sorry. So hold on. Yeah, hold on. So that's all nice,
Yeah.
except for
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you turn
Yeah.
it around, and that's all nice.
Yeah.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
Elaine's here, so
Yeah.
we might as well just go ahead and go for it.
All right.
Just gonna send her a link. Now let me hear you doing it.
Oh my God. You
Might
might
as
be
well.
asking, you might be asking for trouble.
I live in trouble.
Wow. So that's the first 8 notes.
Okay, now I like what you did. So you didn't do the same thing as I did.
Okay.
You did it all on the G and the D,
Yes, I did. I
which
did.
is fine.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, and there's some nice ones in there. Hi, Lane.
Hi, Dan.
How you doing? We're just working on and talking about the double stops in the key of G in the scale, the double stop scale. Now, why don't you do that once more, Astrid? That was actually quite good,
Okay.
and I like your idea. Now, let me recreate what you just did. Okay, so
Okay.
you can kind of.
Wait.
That's that's what you just did, which is really nice.
That's not too bad. Okay, all right. So I could do, yeah, that's what I'm saying. My question was, you can do these things more than one way.
Oh my God,
And
so many
yeah,
different combinations. Like when you
yeah.
think about it, two notes at a time in a key, there's so many combinations.
All right, all
All
right.
right,
Fair enough.
especially with strings. So that's really nice what you did. Now, what I did here was a little bit of this. And that's just where your finger that you have on the one string is touching the other string a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay? And
Yeah.
that's why the open string, because all the double stops that we've been working with here are where you have a finger on one string and the open string for the other one, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So it's good practice to get your fingers out of the way. Now, when I do it, I just go ahead and put my fingers like right on the other side of the string. See that?
No,
Well out of the way.
okay. So okay, could I see that again, please?
Yeah, so let me see here. Okay, so yeah, over to the side on the G.
Okay. All right.
Even on the if I'm playing G and D together and I'm playing notes on the D string, I can feel the A string under my finger there.
Oh.
It's
Oh.
well out of the way of that string. See that? No
Yeah,
chance of touching it at all.
very good. I get it. Okay.
And
Yeah.
don't be afraid to do that. That's one thing that sometimes I find people think they have to pinpoint on the string and not touch any other strings with the like you don't want to touch the string that you're trying to double stop on. But that doesn't mean you can just go ahead and lean over on that D string.
Yeah.
Because you're not using it. It's fine. It's totally fine. See that? And it helps because it gets your finger right out of the way.
Right. Oh.
Now, why don't you try one more with that in mind? And then we're going to make Elaine do it. Good.
Yeah. Boy.
That's better? It's good? Pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay. Okay.
Much better with the touching the other string. And you can keep tuning.
Oh, definitely. Story of my
Let's
life.
do one more I go, you go.
All right.
And this is so that Elaine can see what we're doing here too. So Astrid kind of changed the exercise a little bit at home, which one is always want to do. So basically we're doing one octave of the G scale, just the lower octave, and the bow is going to be on the G and the D string the whole time. So watch this. See how that works? Okay, let me see you doing it once more, Astrid.
Okay.
Good.
Wobbly there.
Now that G, so when you get to the top G, that's an octave, so that's pretty easy to tune, right?
Yeah. And if it's horrible, if I don't get it right on.
It's flat.
Yeah.
There we go. That's nice. That's the octave there. And always remember, whenever you're concentrating on your fingers with something like this, the tendency is to kind of clutch and make yourself a little flat.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's hear you doing that, Elaine.
Okay, I'm not sure. I'm doing a one octave scale with an open string.
Yep, so your bow is going to be on both the D and the G string the whole time, and you're going to play one octave of the G scale.
Okay.
Okay. Now, G and D together.
Yeah, I'm thinking it through.
Yeah. There she is. You hear that? So it happened to you as well. That flattening because of the, you're fussing around with your fingers. So try it one more time for me.
Shall I get that?
Nice. Oh, that was good at the end. Good. Okay. Now I'm going to do it, and you guys can do it with me. Okay, so mute your microphones. We'll do it together twice, and then I want to hear you one more time. Okay. Ready? Go. Okay, let's try it again. We'll do it right away. Open D, open G. Ready, go. All right, let's hear you. Astrid, you go first because alphabetically you come first.
There we go.
Sharpen that G. Try it again. Just the octave. There she is.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Elaine, let's hear you.
I tried again.
Much better. Much better. And much better with the double stops as well. Now, I want to try one thing before we try it again, because there's one interval that's kind of consistently not working out, and it's the fourth. And the fourth is another easy one to hear. So that's G1, that's the low A, and the D. Okay, here it is out of tune. Whoa, see that? So slide your finger up until you hear it come in. See that? I'm going to do that again. I'll do it once more. You hear how that works? Okay. Now let's try the same thing on the, what was the other one? Now that's another one. It's not as easy to hear, but that's the sixth. So listen to the sound of it. It's quite nice. Now here it is flat. Oh. See that? I'm going to come into it again. right up there like that. You guys try that with me. Geez, on my fiddle, like when I have my ear against it like that, which I shouldn't do that much, it actually creates a third note in my ear when it's in tune, when it's bang on in tune. And sometimes those double stops will do that. It'll give you, in your ear, it'll give you a third note. And apparently that's when they're bang on in tune. Okay? Yes.
Is that called an enharmonic? I know in the piano, that's what we'll call it. Enharmonic. Okay.
Absolutely. And that one was really speaking on this fiddle with this beautiful bow and these beautiful strings, and lucky me.
Oh, wow.
Now, so I wanted to tune that. Let's try it again. That's sixth. So G and then D1 together. Yeah, it's a C. So in my ear, the third note is a C. And it disappears when I'm not bang on with the sixth. And I don't think you would be able to hear it over the Zoom, unfortunately. But and you might not even hear it in real life. It might just be in my ear. And I've read about it. Apparently this happens like with the frequencies, you know. You can create this third note in your ear, which is pretty cool. Anyway, okay, let's try that whole exercise one more time. Okay, ready, go. Now, are we getting somewhere? If you're having trouble using the whole bow to do your double stops, that is your goal. That's what you want. You want to be able to use your whole bow and do double stops anywhere. If you're having trouble with that, sometimes you can just kind of go like this. Now don't press on it, don't push on it. Just allow the bow to kind of pull that string. Come back down. Okay, now how is that feeling? How do you find it with the, tell me about your experience with the little bows there. Did you find it was better or worse? Let's start with you, Elaine.
It's better.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Okay, so you can do a bit of that, and you can gradually kind of increase the amount of bow you're using to do it as long as you're still getting a good result, right? And then at the end of that, try a little bit of long. Okay, now how about you, Astrid?
you know what? I'm trying to balance the bow on the strings, and I'm finding I'm putting a lot more weight on the D string than on the G string. So I know it's the way I handle the bow, I'm sure, but I'm always doing that. It seems to be a bad habit. So
Okay. Now,
I'm,
a way to
I'm
battle that, especially like with that little exercise where you're just doing little bows, right? Uh,
right.
try no weight at all
Okay. No weight on either string.
on either string. Just let the bow sit on the both strings here. Watch. And the thing is about weight. You know, they used to say it about hair or wood. It's easy to cut off. It's hard to glue back on.
Okay.
So it's easy to add weight to your bow. It's harder to back off of it when you have too much.
Oh, all right. Okay.
See what I mean? So you
Yeah.
can bring it in. So you can start with nothing and then bring it in as you need to. But I would say probably that's nothing at all. It's almost enough.
Hmm.
Okay? Well, so now I'm going to bring in just the tiniest little breath of weight. And it's working great. See that? So you can give yourself a see how much you need.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh, that's really good. Really good. Flat. Really good.
Okay, I get it. Yeah.
Really good. Really good. Now,
Yeah.
you're having trouble with the third finger, not touching the other string. It's normal.
Okay.
And you just got to do this. Look.
Oh, sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
I was going to say also, it was kind of funny because when you're trying to get your finger off of the string, your first instinct was to do the bow.
Yes.
Anyway, that's good. Let me hear you do that, Elaine, with the little bows just once. Good. Oh, that's so good. That is really good. I think you should do a bit of that. And then, keep working on the long ones, but that's good. So you want kind of the same touch as that, except all the way along the bow. Very good. Very, very good. Now let's play a tune before we go out of our minds. What's in the key of G, since we've been doing all this G stuff? Yeah.
Oh, well, I have on my stand, I have a Jenny Dang and the Swallowtail.
Let's do Swallowtail. We played it at the session on Tuesday.
Oh,
It was great, and what a great session it was. Oh, I weighed my bow today. So I forgot that we have a kitchen scale, which weighs by the gram. You know what I mean? And that's what they use at the sound post. At Heinel, they still have the one that you hook it onto, and it shows you how much the bow weighs. But so I got the kitchen scale out. 58 grams, the lightest bow I've ever had. 58 grams. Even Yvette, the French bow at Heinel that I love so much, she's 59 grams. This is 58 grams, which is surprising because this one's a limey. You'd think the French one would be skinnier. But anyway, 58 grams. Unbelievable. And it's really changed the way that I approach it. Like, it's in a good way, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, okay. Swallowtail jig. Now let's see. How fast can we do it? We'll start there. It's nice and easy, not in a hurry. We'll get to the hurry later. 1, 2, 3. 3 times. So how did that do? It seemed to be all going smooth, no problems. Good. Okay, well, you know what that means. We're going to go faster. Roll out your shoulders. I've been sanding and woodworking all day and teaching the fiddle. Probably not a good combination, I realize right now. Teaching the fiddle and woodworking all day is probably bad because it's all kind of probably not the greatest. Okay, a bit faster. So that was yeah, let's try that. 1, 2, 3. One more. I never get tired of the tune, I gotta say. Never get tired of it. It's an old one, too. I don't know how old it is. I'm kind of, geez, I should have talked to David Wilson the other night. But I'm on a bit of a quest to see when the Celtic music really started. Like, Scottish and Irish. I'm thinking it's probably Irish first, so I'm starting with Irish. And I'm going through Irish history, which there's not a huge amount of, I gotta say, in terms of podcast form, but I'm finding some. And so I'm trying to go through, because the oldest tune that we have is Brian Boru's March, which is 990 or 1100 AD. So it's although it sounds like it's old, it's not that old compared to, say, Indian music or Chinese music, which is like actually 5,000 years old. So our music is not actually, and Brian Boru's March, like, there's a big gap. So we have that, but then it's like, I don't know, 1600s, something like that, before it turns up again, Turlough O'Carolan and the other stuff that was happening then. And all the instruments are all Baroque instruments. They're not old, ancient instruments. They're, a violin and a flute and a harp or any of them. They're all kind of Baroque instruments. So I'm really interested to see when that started to spring up. And, like, say, for instance, Swallowtail Jig. how old is that? When was the first time somebody said, let's play the swallowtail? And we've been doing it ever since. Now, one thing I've noticed from looking at O'Neill's is that, which is a 1916 collection of Irish music, and a lot of it is different. The versions are different than they are now. They're not quite as intuitive as they are now. So they've changed a little bit over the years. Also, O'Carolan music. So I have O'Carolan's original book here, and the versions of his tunes that people play now have changed a lot. Like, they've basically kind of fleshed them out a little bit more over the years. Just people just, broken telephone over the years, the story gets told differently. So I'm really interested in that. I wonder what the first swallowtail jig actually sounded like. Anyway, okay, now, talking about the key of D, because you were talking about Jenny Dang the Weaver. So let's do a little bit of double stop practice. Oh, cool. Little bit of double stop practice in the key of D. So we'll basically do exactly the same thing as we did at the beginning, except using the D string and the A string. Okay? Looks like this. Okay, I'll show you here. Let's start like this. Let's give it a go. So D and A, the bow is on the D and the A string the whole time, and we're going to play a D major scale in 1 octave with the bow on both strings the whole time. With a nice little scrubbies. With no weight. Remember that. Okay, ready, go. How did that work? Is it okay? Let's do it again. Same thing. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, still working pretty good? Let's do one more of the little bows, except try to extend it. Use even more of the little bows. And then we're going to do one right after we're going to attempt to do long bows. Okay? So one more round of the little bows. Ready, 2, 3, go. Okay, now let's have a go at the long ones. So right from one end to the other if you can. Ready, go. How's the key of D feeling? Oh, I think you're still muted, Astrid, if you're saying something, which you could if you want to.
If I wanted to, it's that D string again. Somehow I like it. I'm drawn towards it. It always wants to get in the way. I'm playing the D string without the A. So my balance on my bow isn't there again. So even when I was doing the
Yeah,
short string exercise.
there you go. That's good. Oh, that's really good. Really, really good. And just remember, if you're on the D and you can't get over to the A, you just do this with your fingers. Just kind of.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Totally. Very good. That's good.
Yes, okay. I'll work on that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's good. It sounds pretty good. And
Okay,
how about
thanks.
you, Elaine? How you getting along with the key of D? You feeling it? And with that double stop, that's a bit of a tricky one.
Yeah, I'm having difficulty staying on the A
Same
string.
as her.
Yeah.
Let me hear you do it a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, now I got to tell you, when your double stops worked there, they were beauty. They were really nice, especially when you're on the A string joining the D string. That was really, really nice. Well done. So the problem that you're having with the D is that you are not making that move to get over to the A.
Okay.
You're just hoping it's going to be there. Now, the nice thing about when you go do it the other way around, you're so used to the A that you're just on it, and you can add the D. It's no big deal. But the other way is tougher. So you have to do. Okay? Try one more for me.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. Okay, much better in terms of being on both strings, but so was your fingers a couple times.
Yeah.
And you can work on that. You know how to work on that. But that's much better. And like I said, for you, when they're working, they are working.
Okay.
Now let's try Jenny Dang. Here's an ugly one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, go. You know, this is the type of tune you could do on whole two strings the whole time. See that? It all works. Not that you would, but you could. Now, the first part would be good practice. Watch me do it again. See how that works there? Very, very good practice. It might be an idea to attempt it at some point, even if it was just the first phrase. See that? Be really, really good. Anyway, did it go okay otherwise?
So when you're doing those, the whole tune on, you're using the D string, the D, and the A string. Is that what you're saying? We're
D,
playing the whole tune?
and you got to use the E string too.
Okay.
So when you're here, I'll give you the lowdown. So to do Jenny Dang, let's talk about the first part first. So to do the first part of Jenny Dang with all double stops, when you're playing on the A string, you're playing the D string along with it.
Okay.
And when you're playing on the E string, you're playing the A string along with it.
I just said it. With the D string, you're playing the A string. And when the note is on the A string, you're playing the E string with it.
No.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the notes on the A string, you play along with the open D string.
The notes on the A string, you play with the D string. Okay, open
The
D.
notes on the E string, you play with the open A string.
Okay, I got it backwards. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that make
great.
sense?
Yeah.
And like I said, the first part of that just lends itself. Perfect for it. Okay, it'd be kind of fun. And the other thing you can do, like if you're trying to get double stops in, then you can also just kind of like, as you're playing the tune, just kind of lean your bow over there when you're playing on the A string, like a little tiny bit. See if you can just get a little tiny bit of a double stop while you're playing that melody. So let's try it again. See if you can do that. Drink some water. Alrighty. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. hard to do the whole thing in double stops to keep it sounding really good. I had to keep, it was like white knuckle driving, really. Did you get any double stops in there?
At the beginning, but then I lost it, so I just played it single.
Straight up.
I just played the D's and just because I knew there would be the first beat on every bar, then at least I would think double stop first beat.
That's a great way to start. I so often tell people with an ornament, like, it's good to pick one note and it's a repeated note. So you have multiple cracks at it, but you have time to prepare, mentally prepare to do it. Anyway, I think I've worked you guys hard enough. That was very, very good practice tonight. Very good practice. So we'll do the A1 next time, and that would be with Mrs. McLeod. So just before I go, I'll show you. It's because it's on the video here. So the A1. Okay, so same idea except starting on the A string, and you do it for Miss McLeod. That entirely on 2 strings there. So, and just like I said, just for practice. But anyway, we'll get into that next time. All right. Take it easy, guys. Righty night.